the problem?
Nothing.
Oh. Are you just using like your shirt? I didn't say.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's your problem.
That is your problem.
I just said that.
Your greasy ass shirt is not going to help get your
No.
glasses clean.
I don't put my ass on my shirt.
Well, you're wearing it wrong then. Can I interest you in one of these?
No.
A micro
I
fiber
have
cloth.
one of those, but I don't have one of those right here.
Fiber
So
cloth.
Look at that. CJ and I both have ours.
Yes.
And
this is
now-
for cleaning off VR lenses.
As you can see, I have nothing in my hands.
actually, you know what? That reminds me. I have a few of
I
those in my
take-
VR case.
The
There you go.
and voila, it's gone.
Phil's still talking.
Where did it
Phil's still
go?
talking. I don't know.
Magic.
Hello and welcome to episode 932 of the Player One podcast for
I don't even know
Tuesday,
we're alive.
October 8th, 2024. I am your host, Chris Johnston. With me, as always, from Canada, Mr. Greg Seward.
Yellow.
How's it going there, Mr. Dirty Glasses?
They're not dirty anymore. I just wiped them off.
Wow.
Oh, okay.
He called you out.
Ah,
Who's speaking? I can't.
Yeah.
I can't tell. Yeah. You doing all right? You got a
yeah.
little bit of the you're growing a goatee here? Am I seeing?
Yeah, I finally decided to go back to it.
Really?
So, yeah.
Hiding your identity?
Yeah. I am unrecognizable now.
Ugh.
No, my kids were telling me that they wished I would grow it back. So I was like, you know what? What the hell? Why not?
Sure.
That's
do I
not
have
what
to
they
You'll
impress?
let
said.
your kids tell you what to do?
That's not
You
what they
don't?
meant when they said we want a new daddy.
Oh, my ex-wife keeps trying to take care of that.
Oh.
Ouch.
I had a big week. But you know what? You should say hi to Phil first because he won't shut up.
Hi, Phil.
Hey, what's up?
Really?
All right.
I was going to
Keep
say,
going,
that's all
Greg.
it takes. It's been 17 years.
How's it going?
Um,
You know, you never thought to ask, did you?
I feel like if we asked, you wouldn't.
I don't know. That just seems rude.
How you doing there,
I
Phil?
agree.
How
Me?
you doing? Yeah, you.
Oh, I'm fine.
Good.
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm doing fine.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
CJ didn't get the loud shirt memo again.
I
Like,
did.
really, how many weeks in a row does this have to happen before you get on that?
One more week.
I mean, you must understand that like 95% of my wardrobe now is
Yeah.
Loud shirts.
loud shirts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mine isn't that yet.
I've become that guy. So
Yeah.
in like 3 weeks, we're gonna show up for the show. I'm gonna have a parrot on my shoulder.
Possible.
I will not acknowledge it at all, but it will be there.
I'm gonna have an eye patch, and then a parrot,
Glasses are still really dirty.
Oh, I see. You're still
and then a
you're,
tricorder hat.
you're leaning into a pirate theme,
Yeah.
whereas I'm leaning into a Margaritaville theme. I understand.
We should just
Oh.
become our own stereotypical.
is
There are
the,
two types
is the
of
parrot a
personas.
Margaritaville thing?
Oh, I mean, yeah, it's your tropical.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were making reference.
Aren't
like,
Jimmy
the
Buffett
song.
fans called parrot heads or something like that?
Wait, are they?
Yeah.
That's Warren
I-
Buffett.
Oh, you're right.
That's Little Miss Tuffet.
Parrot heads. They're Jimmy Buffett fans. Yeah.
Are they
Oh
really?
man, I loved the parrot head in Silent Hill.
Scares me every time he shows
Every
up.
time.
Caw!
Oh.
Oh no! Run! It's
So what
very
were, you,
bad.
what were you going to say, Greg? You had something. You look like you have something to say. Do you?
Do you?
What was that a reference to?
It's an old Jimmy Buffett song.
Oh, okay.
Appreciate The
I
Simpsons.
spent part of the weekend with my daughter doing a campus tour for her university next year.
Oh my goodness!
Oh,
And now that's what Canadians call college, right?
And getting it, colleges and universities. You know what? I don't know what the difference is. There are some up here that are called colleges and some called universities.
Oh really?
yeah, and
Huh.
good.
I think it's
I have no idea what the difference is.
about $50,000.
it's
Yeah.
tax breaks.
I also learned that this weekend. So yeah, but no, it was exciting. It was cool.
Wow! Congratulations!
Yeah, she was there. It was her first choice, and she was accepted and given
Excellent.
a small entry scholarship, I guess you'd call
Okay.
it, automatically. And so now it's Spaceballs 2, The Search for More Money.
I see. Yeah.
And
If you'd like to subscribe to the Player One Patreon, visit.
please do.
You mean patreon.com/Greg Seward.
That would be fine
That
too.
one too.
Oh, look at that. CJ wants
Yeah.
no part in this.
I want no part.
CJ's got his own kid to put through college.
That's true.
At patreon.com/
I got 2 more following this one. Let's just get the college funds going.
Oh my goodness. We're going to need a few more Ridge Racer videos.
And just because
Yeah.
I wanted to be like CJ,
Yeah.
I got a CPAP machine this week.
Yeah.
Hey, you want to be like Phil too?
Oh, do you have one too?
Oh, I've had one for going on a decade now.
Oh, wow.
Really? Oh, I've only had
Yes.
mine for like 2 years.
Oh no. It's great.
God, we're
Love it.
old.
It's great.
We are old,
though,
but I love it. I've never slept better.
right?
I love it.
You
So,
want to
yeah,
know?
like- Sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, I'm gonna let you in on a secret, Greg.
Yeah.
Breathing while you're asleep is good.
I mean, it helps.
That is true.
It helps. Here's a secret benefit to the CPAP machine that they don't sell you on. And this will be especially good for you because I know you live up in the Great White North,
Oh,
chilly Canada. You know, because you're wearing a mask.
Yeah.
They got air pumping into your face.
Yeah.
You can just burrow under the covers and
that is
sleep
true. That is
and
true.
sleep completely, and which is what I do.
Yeah.
I burrow. I'm a burrowing animal now.
Are
A
you
chipmunk.
are you confusing that with your wife putting the pillow over your face, or
No,
That's different.
I told you about that in confidence, Greg. Okay.
how did she?
Yeah. But it's great. You burrow up, you get the blankets all over, you get the comforter.
Do you have the
Just-
Do you have the weighted blanket?
I don't.
Weighted blanket.
And the only reason I don't have a weighted blanket is because I am paranoid about our cats.
Ah.
I
Yeah.
I
that would do it.
would be afraid of a cat burrowing under a weighted blanket and being unable to get out,
Yeah.
which would not be good.
No.
So,
I hear you.
yeah,
I hear you on that.
but it's great.
So yeah,
Yeah,
it's
CPAP's
I've only been going on my 3rd night, and it's I think I have the same. Well, I know I have the same mask as CJ,
Yeah.
which is not like a full face mask. It's
Well, you just got
like
the little nose one.
little nose pillow.
Okay.
So
No.
Which-
Pillow.
it's been a friend of mine called it that tonight.
That's what it's called.
Is it
That's what-
actually what it's
That
called?
is what
Okay.
it's called.
But yeah, like the thing that really got me with that is, and the doctor said this, or she wasn't a doctor, the technician, I guess, said this when I picked everything up. It's like, obviously, if that's what you have, don't open your mouth, don't breathe through your mouth,
Right.
because there's no point, right?
Right.
It's not opening the obstruction or anything like that. It's like, okay, but I mean, every now and then you open your mouth because you're human and you want to lick your lips or something like that. And the first time I did that on the first night, I was stunned
Yeah.
at how much pressure there really is.
Oh, yeah.
Like you just, if you open your mouth even a bit, you blow out all this air
Yes.
that I didn't expect. It takes your breath away.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was an experience.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
My mouth tends to just kind of naturally fall open.
Yeah.
oh,
And-
so
and
you have a full face mask?
so I have the full face mask,
Okay.
which has the added bit. I don't do this consciously, but if I'm wearing the full face mask and Dana asks me a question, I go into the voice,
Oh god.
and it's. I'm not even really trying to. It's just I'm trying to be heard over the whooshing air.
I remember the
I
very
forgot to brush my teeth.
the very first time you did that voice on this show.
Yeah.
And I can't remember if you were telling the story or you just happened to be doing it, but your son was quite young.
He was.
And I believe you held him over your head at one point.
I did.
And I just remember you either saying this or hearing your wife say this. It's like, Phil, that's not as funny as you think it is.
Disagree.
And I just want to say, in that moment, she was speaking for all of us.
I was wondering what would break first.
That's what it was.
My newborn son. Your spirit
Did I?
or your body?
Speaking of Bane, so I had
It
not
was his spirit,
seen-
by the way.
I had not seen Dark Knight
What?
Rises at all.
Uh-huh.
But since my daughter is on such a Batman kick,
You hadn't seen Dark Knight
You
Rises?
you haven't seen it at all?
I had
Come
not seen
on.
it at all. No, but I have
Okay.
now seen it.
And
Watched
how surprised were you to learn that the stupid voice I was doing was actually pretty dead on?
Yeah.
I was very happy to hear that. And
Definitely
my
its
daughter
choice.
also loves me doing a Bane voice.
Oh,
to
good.
her. Like if I
Good.
tell her to do her homework. In the Bane voice,
Wow.
it tickles her so much. It's great. Yeah.
Anyway, that's been your geriatric minute.
That's good. That's good. Welcome to the club.
Hmm.
Gotta say, yeah, never slept better. And if you start doing sleep tracking, I don't know if you're like a sleep tracker at all.
I don't. I mean, the machine
Apple
spits
Watch.
out a report. No, I
Well,
can't
you
wear.
don't
I
do-
can't wear my watch when I'm asleep.
You don't?
I find that very
No, I don't either.
weird.
Well, I
feeling.
do.
Of
You'll
course,
be
I just
surprised
assumed yours had been
to learn.
surgically added to your wrist,
Yeah.
but
You'll be very surprised to learn that I wear the Apple Watch to sleep.
Mm.
he
and-
wants Apple to know exactly where he is at all times, exactly
Yeah.
when he is awake, when he
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
sleeping.
So I can tell, like, if I get good, restful sleep, like it spits out a report. It's
You know how I
This
can
is
tell if I
the-
get good restful sleep?
how's that?
I wake up and I feel good.
I haven't done that in a long time.
Wow.
Get ready though, buddy.
Doesn't the CPAP spit out a report?
It does. Yeah. I mean, yeah, it does.
So
Yeah, but he doesn't have to pay Apple for the CPAP machine.
But it's different. It's a different kind of report. It's different. Anyway.
all I know is when I did the test,
Yeah.
I was averaging an event 47 times per hour.
That's
Yeah.
a lot.
That's a
It's
lot.
extreme. Anything
Yeah.
above 30 is considered, well, anything 30 and up is considered extreme.
Right.
And the report that this thing has spit out the last 2 nights has been, well, this morning it was 0.7.
Oh,
That's good.
So
Yeah.
yeah,
no
feeling
longer extreme.
feeling like I at least won't die in my sleep at this point. At
That's
least not
good.
at least not due to this.
Important.
Anyway, so
Yeah.
yeah. Unless the hose strangles me, but
That's good. That's good.
Speaking of extreme,
yeah.
I'll be enjoying
Oh,
a
jeez.
beverage
oh, here we
during
go.
the show.
Another one. I didn't realize.
This episode is brought to you by Mountain Dew's 2024 Voodoo
I saw
mystery
that store the
flavor.
other day.
Oh.
I realized the other day when I was in the store that I refused to buy anything called mystery flavor.
I mean,
can't
probably
bring
not a
myself
bad
to do
idea.
it.
That's
Can't bring
that's,
myself to do
that's
it.
catnip for Phil.
I know.
He's all over it. Mystery
Mm.
flavor. Yes, please.
Sign me up.
This has, for those not watching,
Yeah.
the coloration of watered down ejaculate.
Jesus. Well, how do you know what that would look like? What are you doing, Phil?
And
Don't
guess
worry about
what?
it.
That's the mystery flavor.
Yeah. Let's see. Ooh,
You just made the show gross.
It smells very fruity. Let's see. This is just going to taste like generic fruit flavor.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. The mystery is why you spent the money on it.
Yeah.
Ah.
What are you thinking?
Does it have a cooling mouthfeel?
It does.
Yeah.
Real viscous.
Oh, Jesus.
Mm.
That's fantastic.
Ah.
Mm. Okay, yeah, so it's definitely some sort of generic fruit flavor
Yeah.
with a slight berry twinge.
Okay.
I don't know what this could be.
Berries aren't fruit?
It's Crystal Pepsi flavor.
Well, artificial berry flavor is noticeably different from artificial fruit flavor.
Okay.
You should know this.
Why would I know that? Ouch.
You're learning it now. You should know it because I am telling you. Artificial
won't.
berry
I doubt I'll retain it.
and artificial
No.
fruit. Very different flavor profiles.
Yeah.
I have no idea what this is supposed to be, if it is supposed to be a specific thing. It just tastes like fruit. I'm not saying it's bad. It's actually pretty okay.
Sure. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
But there you go.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Glad we got that out of the way.
Well, let me ask you a question.
Which one?
Because a new anime premiered on the Netflix
I think you mean Japanimation.
Entertainment Channel
Yes.
this past weekend. Ranma and Half, the remake,
That's on Netflix?
is on
Yeah.
Netflix.
I didn't know that.
This is how mainstream anime has become now.
I know.
It's wild. Did
You
they
can
pay
watch
for
a
it?
new Ranma show on
They paid for
Netflix.
it. Netflix
They paid for the production of it. Okay.
funded it. Yes. And it is available dubbed and subtitled.
Yep.
It's a new English dub, new actors, not the actors from the Viz.
All the actors
version.
are from New England?
Yep.
No.
That's weird.
As opposed to all being from Canada.
Yeah.
Right.
Which we met Ranma and Akane. You remember that, Phil?
I absolutely do. The time you and I went to Anime Expo.
Yeah. And we hung out with Ranma and Akane. It
We
was
did.
great. But anyway, yeah, the new series is out on Netflix. I watched it. And
We watched the first episode.
I watched the first episode. Yeah, it is.
They're doing
being
a
released
weekly. Yeah.
Yeah. And as somebody who watched the original first season of Ranma and Half, maybe 24 or more times.
Now, wait, did you not watch the rest of the series?
I never watched the whole series. I stopped.
Oh, here
at a
I thought you
certain
were a
point.
fan.
I think
That's
I
weird.
watched through season 3 or 4.
I think I
Okay.
probably went that far. I don't know how many seasons there were. I don't know how far I
7.
went, but yeah, I definitely didn't get through all 7 because
Yeah.
I was just I kind of got to the point where it's like I really wanted the show to come to a conclusion,
Well, yeah, which it
which
never.
I know it never did. But
The manga did, but
Did it really?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, maybe we'll get a conclusion this time. Maybe they'll skip around to the best.
well, I
parts
mean,
of the
you know.
manga and
Well, I'll tell you.
We'll get the
I'll tell you
conclusion.
what.
I tell you what.
Now, as you know, I'm a big fan of Urushi Yatsura,
yeah,
Rumiko Takahashi's series that she did prior to Ranma, which also received a reboot anime series a couple
not
years
too
ago.
long ago, yeah.
And they did 2 seasons of that. And yeah, what they did do with that show was kind of jump around to sort of the highlights
Yeah.
of the series. And indeed, the final couple episodes
Yeah.
were actually a sort of redo of the final Urushi Yatsura movie,
Oh,
which was the final arc of the manga.
that's
Covenant.
cool. That's very
So I'm assuming, I don't know if Ranma, I don't know how many seasons they're doing. Are they
I
just
don't
doing
know.
the one?
I don't know.
Are they doing 2? I don't know. But I'm going to guess that they will adapt the final
I have to assume they will.
arc of the manga. I'm
Yeah.
guessing.
Yeah. But, as somebody who grew up in the 90s with anime, like Ranma and Half was maybe the most popular, or was certainly up there, along with Akira. Like, you have to see these shows.
Yeah.
Right.
And yeah, I think I've seen the first season of Ranma, like I say, 24 times.
Yeah.
And I thought this first episode was really damn good.
Oh, there it is.
It gets
Approved by CJ and.
it gets 5 pickaxes out of 5.
Oh, thank you, anime loving prospector. I'm glad we got your take.
Yeah. No, I thought it was great. I don't know if you've seen it, Phil. Have you
I
watched it yet?
did.
Yeah.
I
They,
did
uh,
indeed.
They don't really do as much nudity as the original.
Yeah,
anime
so
did.
already one strike against it.
It's they take out the nipples and there's just not the flagrant.
I'm gonna say that was a little weird.
That was a little weird. I was expecting them to have like a towel over
Like
I
Urushi
don't
Yatsura,
I don't need to see animated boobies anymore when I was like
Anymore,
14.
yeah.
you have other places to get your anime boobs.
That's right.
Yeah, all those old videotapes.
Urushi
Of the original,
I
the
have
original
those.
series.
I don't have those.
did not have as much nudity as Ranma had,
Yeah.
just because of the
In
nature of
general.
the storylines.
Yeah.
But
I guess if people don't know what Ranma 1/2 is,
which these days, of course, nobody does.
it's of course nobody does. Yeah, it's sort of a romantic comedy martial arts story where Ranma, the titular Ranma,
Yes.
it's called Ranma 1/2 because he was cursed when he fell into a pond. Now he turns into a girl when doused with cold water, and back into a boy
Yes.
when doused with hot water. So,
And it's a sex farce.
yes,
Because you have a bunch of people who you have characters who are in love with female Ranma but hate male Ranma.
Yeah.
You have vice versa. You know, have people that only these people know that he can transform, and it turns into it's a wacky comedy.
It's a wacky comedy.
But also martial arts.
And martial arts, yeah.
Yes. It's a good show.
But it was really good. I really liked the first episode, and we'll be watching it more. I saw they did a promotional video. I don't know if you've seen this, that has some scenes from later in the first season.
Oh, I have not.
With other characters being introduced, and
yes,
I liked what I saw a lot.
Good.
So, yeah.
I will say my one big problem with this new Ranma 1/2
is the opening theme isn't a remix of, or an updated version of
No,
the old one.
I expected that. I expected
but it's
that.
still a problem.
It's not a problem. No, I actually like the opening and closing themes.
Yeah,
of this one
they're good themes.
They're good.
Again, going back to the Ursi Yatsura reboot, because I'll take any opportunity to talk about Ursi Yatsura. The multiple new opening and closing themes for that show, also outstanding stuff.
Okay.
My problem with new Ranma is watching Ranma hardly feels like watching Ranma if I'm not watching a promo for the Fatal Fury anime beforehand.
Storm is coming.
Can you feel it?
Can you feel it?
How am I going to know if a
How are you
storm
gonna
is coming
know?
if Terry Bogart is not letting me know before
That's right.
Ranma begins?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, you could always bring that up on YouTube. I'm sure somebody.
Oh, absolutely.
Bring that up on YouTube and then watch the new Ranma. You'll be like, all right, it's Ranma time.
The
Anyway,
old Ranma VHS tapes
talk about that.
had that promo
Yeah.
beforehand. You see,
You know what's
folks.
weird? You know what's weird, Phil?
Ranma 1/2 is kind of weird when you really think about it.
You know what's weird?
What's that?
Is seeing people with like One Piece shirts or Naruto shirts or like bumper stickers or like car decals that are like anime, and
Jujutsu Kaisen.
it's just kind of, yeah, it's just
You got to
there,
update your
and
modern
it's-
anime references.
Yeah, it's just out in the world now. I saw a
Oh, yeah.
Totoro sticker on a car. I was like, all right.
You can go into Walmart and buy manga.
Yeah, it's crazy, but I love it.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And we're getting some great new shows like Ranma and Delicious in Dungeon, and yeah, good.
And it's all widely available.
Widely available.
Yep.
I love it. Anyway, let's talk about some video game news. You know what else is widely
23 and a half minutes into our video game podcast.
You know what else is widely available or will be on October 11th? That is F-Zero GP Legend.
Oh.
And the Japan only, prior to now, F-Zero Climax are coming. They're coming to the NSO GBA library. So people complaining Nintendo doesn't care about F-Zero. We got F-Zero 99. Now we have these two GBA games, and that's probably it. But but hey, we're getting some F-Zero stuff. So
By the way, it wasn't previously unavailable. It was on the Wii U Virtual Console. Of course, they shut down the Wii U Virtual Console.
right, but on their GBA, it was originally
Yeah, I
not
know.
released in
I
the
know.
US. That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
I suppose.
So what do you guys think? What do you be playing this stuff? And I don't know if you saw there was an update to F-Zero 99 recently, which added some of the Satellaview tracks.
Oh, is that right?
Oh, cool.
F-Zero
That's neat.
99. Yeah.
I don't play F-Zero 99.
It's a good game. It's really
Yeah,
good.
It's really not. But
No, it's good.
I
Oh my goodness.
I will probably play these because I mean, I never really played Climax.
Yeah.
I did play GP Legend. I found that game uncomfortable to control using the with F-Zero you want to use the shoulder buttons to lean into corners and things like that. And I never ever found a comfortable position on the system, the various versions of the GBA, where that felt good to play for more than a few minutes at a time. So I probably will check these out.
Well, now you can use a
It'll
Pro
love me a
controller.
good F-Zero game.
Do you have the Super Nintendo controller for the Switch?
No.
No? Okay, well, you can't use that then, but other people can.
Is GP Legend the one that's based on the anime?
Yes, I believe so.
Aren't both of them?
Probably.
Oh, what? Climax?
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't. That one wasn't released over here, except for that one time when it was.
Right. On the Wii U.
Right. But I didn't play it there. So
No.
And now you can't. So
And now you can't.
right. But now I can.
Can again.
Nintendo
in like a week.
taketh away and then they giveth.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
CJ will give them credit for it again.
Okay, thank you.
I haven't seen
Remember
that
thing
anime.
remember that thing we released and everybody loved us for it? Let's take it away
Right.
and then release it again.
That's like that
So everyone
Super
can love
Mario
us for it
3D
again.
All-Stars that they'll probably give back to us at some point.
Right.
They took it away, but it'll be back, probably. Anyway,
Yeah.
and the only other news story that I found worth talking about this week was Devolver's doing a new publishing label called Big Fan Games, and it's going to be they're going to be working with indie developers to create games based on TV, comic, and movie licenses.
Oh.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Okay.
So stuff like Dune, they specifically call out that the developers that they're working with have done games using properties like Dune, Star Wars, Blade Runner, Lord of the Rings, Hellboy, Evil Dead, John Wick, Blair Witch, Power Rangers. So kind of a deep stable there. But they have not announced like what is going to be the first Big Fan game. But
So I guess this is a way for indie developers to create games based on old licenses without having to worry about
potentially
taking on the financial burden of that. I guess.
potentially, yeah.
That's cool. That's an interesting idea.
No.
Yeah.
They should have called it Spaz.
No.
That's already
That's
already taken care of.
It's already tainted.
It's gone.
It's gone. Yeah.
You can't say that. I believe that is considered
Oh,
yeah,
is
I
it?
don't think you
a pretty severe slur in the UK.
Really?
I believe
Yeah.
so.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Like, it's the same reason why Hasbro can't call the Triceratops Transformer slag anymore.
Wow.
That I mean, I didn't know that was the case, but I understand that because I've heard
Yeah.
that.
Yeah,
News.
it's because it's very rude in the UK.
I see.
Huh.
Well,
Yeah.
that's it for the news. Let's talk about what we've been playing. Phil,
Yes.
what have you been playing?
Well, I've been playing. I've been playing Zelda, but we'll talk about that in a bit because I know we've all been playing Zelda.
Yeah.
What I will talk about, and this ties back into anime. I know we've been really enjoying our anime talk this week. I picked up the hot new Picross game from our good friends at Jupiter. They have released another Picross title on the Nintendo Switch, and I am going to have to look at the document to remember the name because
Records of the Shield Hero.
Yeah.
Picross.
I'm reading it right now.
Records of the Shield Hero,
Yeah.
which is
Can't believe I
based
guessed
on
that.
it's based on an anime that I have never heard of.
Yeah.
But it is. I discovered this yesterday. It's available to watch on Netflix.
Ooh. Nice.
When I went to Netflix to watch Ranma, I said to myself, I wonder what other anime series are available here on the Netflix. And I started flipping through them. And, a good probably 85% of them I had never heard of.
Nice.
Sure.
But as I was flipping, I saw, oh my gosh, look at that. It's that show based on that Picross game I just got.
I don't think that's no.
So I didn't watch it, but and I'm not going to watch it. But I am delighted to have another Picross game, even though I don't know the license at all. Although I will say, there have been a few licensed Jupiter Picross games.
Yeah.
Based on, I mean, there was that
one we all played.
Nazarick.
Yeah.
What's it called?
Lord of the Nazarick.
Lord of the Nazarick.
Yeah.
And then there was that one of like the little anime girls who were all like zoo animals or something.
Oh, right.
Yeah. Kimono Friends or something.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's all these anime shows that I've never heard. Where's
Kimono
Ranma
Friends.
Picross?
That was the name.
I don't know.
Where's Yurus Yatsura Picross? I would be excited for
Those
those.
licenses are too expensive, Phil.
That's probably the case. I will say though, as delighted as I am to
Where's
have
Breaking Bad Picross? Come on, Devolver.
a little
Work with
5x5 puzzle and you solve it and it's a fly, it would be perfect.
Perfect.
Oh,
That's
it's a
the
pizza.
That's the first puzzle.
It's
in
a little
Breaking
round
Bad
pizza with
Picross.
pepperonis.
Pizza on roof.
That could be one of the big clip Picross puzzles. Just a giant
Yeah.
blocky.
And then the car wash is in there.
Yep. It'd be perfect.
It's gonna be great.
You get
Come on,
Gus straightening
Devolver,
his
come on.
tie before he falls over.
Big fan games.
Oh, it's the bell. It's the bell on his wheelchair.
Yep.
Boy, yeah, they should get on that.
Yeah. His hat, whatever.
Walter's iconic hat.
Yeah, the iconic hat.
There you go. I'll say this though. As much as I appreciate having a new
Heisenberg.
Picross game, what's that?
Jesus Christ.
Heisenberg. That was his alter
That's-
ego, right?
Yes, that's his drug lord name.
That's right.
Yep.
I'm having too much fun with that.
Do you remember the name of his
Breaking
teenage
Bad
sidekick?
Picross. I don't remember.
Oh. I don't either.
Yeah. I love that show though. It was great.
It's Jesse.
Jesse.
You knew
There
that.
you go. I
Do you not remember
yeah.
that?
No, I knew that.
Okay. Okay. Look, it's Bob Odenkirk. I made a pixely Bob Odenkirk.
Yeah.
Anyway, the problem with these anime-based Picross games is that because so many of the puzzles are just close-ups of characters' faces, all the puzzles all tend to feel kind of samey. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It really feels like you're just kind of doing slight variations on the same puzzle over and over and over.
You don't have the deep cuts like Namco Legendary Edition of like the
Exactly.
score readout.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But so again, glad to have it.
You remember the flag from pole position?
Oh
Or,
God, I
who doesn't?
do. I wish I could reveal it.
Rally X.
Oh, I like. You know what? I
flag.
like Rally X. I'm
Rally
going to
X
say
is
this.
okay.
I'm a Rally X enjoyer. I know I'm not in the majority. I know people see it as kind of a not as good Pac-Man variant, but I enjoy Rally X.
Rally X is good. Yeah.
Thank you.
It's okay.
And yeah, I mean it's fine.
Yeah.
Is it the best Namco game of all time? Of course not.
Not even close.
No.
No. That would be new Rally X. But
Oh,
Rally
wait, what?
X is a fine game.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? Before I talk about Zelda, and by I mean we've all been
Yeah.
playing Zelda.
We've all been playing it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember a few weeks ago, I was talking about Thank Goodness You're Here,
Yes.
a game that I love. I adore Thank Goodness You're Here. You may remember me talking a bit about how there was a neat little treat at the end of the game,
Yeah.
a little kind of secret thing that you can do at the end of the game, and I didn't really. I was a bit coy with it because I was hoping I didn't want to spoil the surprise. Well, I'm going to spoil the surprise.
Do it.
All right.
Because it paid off. It paid off in spades. I am so delighted by this.
Okay.
So at the end of Thank Goodness You're Here, which is an amazing game, and you should absolutely play it. It's a short game. You can get through it in a couple hours. Couple 2-3 hours. You can get through Thank Goodness You're Here, and you're going to love every second of it. It's a delight. But you watch the credits, and you sit and watch the credits because you're respectful.
Always do.
And at the end of the credits, they bring up a little screen that says, hey, you just beat this game. Go to this website for a treat. And they give you a URL, which is a secret code for a website that you put into your computer internet.
Uh-huh.
And you go to this URL, and they give you an address that you can write to. And they say, and it's for Panic, the publisher Panic. They are located in Portland, Oregon.
Yep.
They also made the play date, the little crank machine.
Yeah.
But you send them a little self-addressed stamped envelope, a sassy,
Yeah.
and they explain on the website, we're trying something out. We're trying something silly. Let's see what happens. And you send it away, and then maybe some point down the line, you're going to get your envelope back because it is self-addressed and it is stamped. And the other day, I went out to my mailbox, as I do, to get all the stuff that I'm going to throw away. And in that mailbox was an envelope addressed to me in my handwriting. And there was that brief pause where I'm just like, what the hell is this?
Wait, what? It was addressed to you in your handwriting?
It was,
Yeah.
well, it was
Self-addressed.
self-addressed.
stamp.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Sorry. I'm only half listening. Keep going.
It's a sassy.
Right.
It's a self-addressed stamped envelope. And it was, Panic had gotten my envelope, and they had gotten my little letter that I had written to the developer to thank them for making such a lovely game. And inside, they sent me some treats.
Nice.
And I was so happy. Look at this. Here's what they sent me. Spoiler alert. This is the game's true ending.
Apparently, they have to send it to you in an
In an envelope, a
Self-addressed.
self-addressed stamped envelope. A sassy.
self-addressed stamped envelope.
I got a little packet of Yorkshire Gold tea so I can brew some very British tea and be very British.
Uh-huh.
So I have that. And then they sent me this. It is a patch, a little embroidered patch.
I love that.
It's got some heart covered boxer shorts with a little, didn't really show up on camera very well, but it looks like a little urine stain on them. And they're hanging on a clothesline. And it says, thank goodness I finished. And they just sent that to me.
That's fantastic.
And I was so happy. Do you know the last time I was given
were
a
happy?
stamp, or not a stamp, but a patch for defeating a video game or for
Early
playing a video
80s?
game
Early
well?
80s. Yeah.
It was in the 1980s. Do you know what game? Activision used to do this all the time
Yeah.
Pitfall.
for
No.
old for people who aren't old.
Wasn't it Drag Race? Was it Drag Race?
It was not Drag Race.
Was it Freeway?
It was not Freeway.
Ah,
Keep going. There's only several dozen Activision
Keystone
games. You're
Capers.
bound to get it.
kaboom.
It was Laser Blast.
That was the next one I was going to say.
Yeah.
I earned
I
a
was gonna
patch in the
say that.
Activision game Laser Blast back in the day.
Well, now it's a Microsoft game.
And now it is owned by Microsoft.
Yeah.
But there we go. I was so happy to get this.
That's cool.
Anyway,
Yeah. I love it.
do we want to go straight into Zelda talk, or do you guys want to talk about other games that you've played before we go into Zelda talk?
All I've played is Zelda.
CJ, I know you've played something besides Zelda.
Did.
Do you want to talk about that first, and then we'll go into Zelda?
Okay. I finished
and
Astrobot.
go. What?
I finished Astrobot.
Oh,
Finally.
congratulations.
Well, thank you. Yeah, I didn't realize it was going to be over already. Although I have not done a whole lot of the side worlds yet. So
Oh, you critical pathed it.
I critical pathed it.
Okay.
I do have over 200 bots collected.
Well, there's like over 300 in the game.
There's over 300 in the game, but yeah, but I finished it up, and wow, what a fun ending sequence. Just a really fun bit of, yeah, PlayStation nostalgia combined with a pretty cool new gameplay element. Of course, Astrobot is always introducing those.
That is true.
Every little hub world has some new wrinkle, and I really loved it. The final boss was really fun. I liked the mechanic there. It has like a sort of roulette thing going on.
Yeah.
Which I found fun. I found that really fun.
Yep.
Yeah, me too.
To use some of the different power-ups that you get throughout the game. So I loved that. Yeah, loved the credit sequence. People were absolutely dead on that's fantastic. And yeah, I just loved everything about it. And is there any doubt that it's going to be game of the year from all three of us?
A little bit.
Okay.
Just
shadow
because
of a doubt,
Mario
a
and
little
Luigi
bit.
hasn't come out yet.
Well, that's true.
And I'm really highly anticipating that. So
That is true. It's very good though.
Yes.
Astrobot is just so good. And I'm going to go back and I think I'm going to clean up the bots that I've not collected, the puzzle pieces I haven't collected, and do some of the sort of alternate levels. I'm sure I'll get caught by the one that stopped you dead in your tracks, Greg. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see how long I carry that on. But I really loved it, and I'm glad that I finished it now and can go back and like mop up all the rest of the stuff. So
Good.
yeah,
It's a
great.
great game.
it's a great
it
game.
was a great game.
And I got an email from Sony directly after I finished it saying, "Hey, you finished Astrobot."
You want to send you a patch?
Did they send you a patch?
They didn't, but they sent
I
me
got
an
a
email.
patch.
No patch, just an email.
Okay.
Yeah.
No cap, just an email.
Nope.
I'm going to say this about Astrobot's ending. I'm going to spoil a little bit from the ending sequence, folks.
Okay.
So right before you face the final boss,
Yeah.
there is that scene where all the Astrobots
Yeah.
come together and they're all writing pieces of PlayStation paraphernalia.
Yeah.
They're all writing
Hardware.
and controllers and all stuff from throughout PlayStation history. Now that shot was used in like one of the early trailers.
Oh, was it really?
Yes.
Huh.
And I was getting to that part at the end of the game. I was actually pretty disappointed that they had used that scene in the trailers, because I'd watched that trailer several times because I was obviously waiting for this game. But it's a big moment in the game.
Yeah.
It's a very triumphant moment where all the little Astrobots that you've rescued come together on all these symbols of PlayStation's history to blast off to save the day. And it's a very triumphant moment. And it kind of sucked that scene was spoiled. For the trailer. It would have been cool to see that.
Yeah, but who remembers trailers?
Yeah,
I do.
Honestly, until you said that, I had no idea that was a thing I'd seen.
I do.
Because
again, I've watched that trailer so many times, and
well, that's your first mistake.
It would have been
You
so
just
much
watch
more.
it once and be like, okay, I'm ready to play this game.
Or just be like me and don't even watch it once.
I'm going to
don't
say
even
that
watch it
it's not my fault that they're showing a scene from the ending sequence in a trailer.
No, I think that's right. I agree with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that
is a little off.
It would have been much more effective
to leave that a surprise. But
it's not. It's Still an amazing game, obviously.
Yeah.
Minor nitpick.
Yeah.
So there we go.
Okay. Should we talk about Echoes of Wisdom?
Is that the new Zelda game?
That's the new Legend of Zelda game.
We could
yes.
talk about that.
Let's talk about it.
So how far are you guys now?
I am. Where the hell am I? I'm in the rift, the big rift in Zora's domain.
Okay.
So I finished the desert, and now I'm over. So early in the game, they identify 2 huge rifts that you need to try to close, and I closed the one in the desert, and because you can go in any order.
Right.
And now I'm in Zora's domain, and I believe where I stopped tonight was in the it's the dungeon that's in the rift itself. There's a whole sequence of events you have to go through to get that far, to get to that point, and that's where that's where I stopped tonight.
I'm past that point.
Yeah.
I am kind of the inverse of Greg.
Oh, you went the other direction?
Yeah,
You did Zora's domain, and now you're going to
so I did the sort of intro dungeon part.
Yeah.
That gets you to where they split off to the 2 desert water rifts.
Mm-hmm.
And I initially ran over to the desert and just kind of ran around exploring there, just opening up a bunch of the map, and
which you should do.
Yeah, and uncovering little secrets and finding little mini dungeons and stuff to solve. And then I was like, oh, you know what? I'm gonna run over and check out the Zora domain. And I run over there and was exploring over in that region, and then was just kind of, okay, I think since I'm here, I'll just do this bit. And there is a lot.
Yeah.
There is a lot you have. It's not just a matter of, oh, I found a cave and I go into the dungeon. There are several steps you have to do to sort of get things aligned to get that dungeon open.
They really get into a section there where you're ping-ponging between 2 towns.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's not terrible, but
well, it's
those
nice
warp points.
Yeah, it's nice they have the warp points, so that's not really as big of an issue as it might seem like it is.
Yeah.
But yes, I did
praising the warp points.
Oh, go ahead.
I use them a lot, and then there are warp points that you can uncover within dungeon rifts themselves, and that is also extremely helpful.
Yes.
Yeah.
But yeah, I finished the Zora temple, and then I have gone back to the desert, so now I'm about to start exploring that in earnest, like getting into the actual dungeon there.
Okay.
And you've solved both of those. I've done
both of those, and the next stop I just finished up that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very good.
I have to say that even doing this much, it's well over 50% of the map that I've uncovered at this point. So I'm curious if that means anything, or if
I don't know that it necessarily means anything.
Yeah.
But I will say my initial opinion has changed a little bit regarding the combat.
Yeah.
And part of it is that I spent some time after doing the Gerudo Desert Dungeon just kind of wandering around and using, well, mostly beds, but definitely the trampoline to get to places that, would let me skip whole sections of map, basically. And then grabbing combat echoes for more powerful enemies. And that has helped quite a bit.
Absolutely.
Because some of the enemies have sort of opening attacks, so that immediately when you put them down, they are running with their sword.
Yeah.
And that helps a ton. I didn't have that when I did the Gerudo Desert Dungeon, and that made combat just feel really slow. So yeah, anyone starting this, I would give the same advice that people were giving me over social media, and that is to explore the map some and unlock some more enemy echoes to use.
And early on, I was just dumping enemy echoes down and letting them just kind of wander freely and fight
Yeah,
other enemies.
I was
But
doing that too.
don't do that. Just spam enemies. Just
Don't do that. Yeah.
yeah, just run up to an enemy, drop an echo, let it attack,
Drop
run
another
around
one.
behind it, drop another echo, let it attack.
Because usually there's like a cooldown period where they're not attacking, and you
Right.
can
Yeah.
drop another one and make them do their attack immediately.
Yep.
Yeah, that certainly helps.
I wish the more I play it, I really wish they'd gone with like maybe a radial style menu with categories or something like that, because
Yeah.
I'm still having the same issue that I was having last week, where you go into that echo menu a lot
Yeah.
and
you do.
it is so unwieldy, quickly. I mean, I can't count the amount of items I have in there now. And yes, I know that you can sort them in certain ways, but it just, I don't know. I wish, I feel like a radial menu, even if you had a radial menu, then you could categorize them as like monsters and items and whatever, blah, 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 blah. It would have sped that up a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
I'm going to be a dissenting opinion here. I feel like they could have done that, but the idea here, which I think is a very good one, is to make you try to consider the entire arsenal that you have.
I think you still would.
Even though a lot of the time you don't, you go towards your most used or sort of the old faithful last used echoes. I think they do want you to try to like look at everything and consider what you can do with each thing.
I don't know that a radial menu would hurt that.
Not
in any
necessarily.
way.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
I'm
not
just
as
like
bothered by it.
jumping into that menu and then having to scroll all the way to one end to the
Long
other.
way.
Yeah.
It's a lot. And
Yeah, it is.
because of the way they're scrolling by, it's easy to skip things if you're just scrolling through quickly. But yeah, I mean, I agree with the combat. Yeah, I just spam monsters at this point, because unless it's certain situations like the section, the rift that I was just in, there were a lot of, I forget what the enemies are called, that they normally float in water and they emit electricity.
Like the jellyfish things?
Yeah, there were a lot of those in one section, and I found if I just dropped like 4 Octoroks, it was almost like tower defense.
Yeah.
Where they would just be firing at these things, and because the shadow enemies take a lot of damage in those rifts. But having the Octoroks, because their cooldown's pretty quick, and if you have like 4 or 5 of them firing in succession, by the time the first one's cooled down, the 5th one's still firing, and so but that's what it reminded me of a lot. Actually, that section was more like a tower defense setup.
Nice.
Yep. No, still enjoying it, but I'm still not over the niggling issues that I was talking about last week. And I don't know that I ever will be. I can't see in any way how it's going to get better. Because we're just going to keep adding stuff to it. But it is nice to get stronger enemies. It has led to and I think that's probably part of it, because with an overhead Zelda game, I know personally the way that I would play those is if there's an enemy on the screen, I'm going to go attack it.
Right.
I'm going to clear the screen. I mean, those games have been teaching us to do that for 30 years. But now with this one, if it's a group of enemies that I already have an echo for, I don't even go near them.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I don't want to stop. It slows the game down so much to spawn monsters and wait around while they fight. And like I might jump into Link's form. But I mean, when you're in the overworld, it's not easy to refill that resource bar. So yeah, I just run past a lot of them. And I haven't run into an issue where I don't have enough rupees or anything like that, because that's the other thing in this game is if you even go and just look around, if you jump in any cave you come across, or you even just pay attention as you're running through the world, there are so many chests in this game that have nothing but rupees. It almost
Yeah.
makes you think that that's the reason why they put them there.
Actually, I think that might be a complaint of mine in that in dungeons you'll see chests and they either have the map for the dungeon
Mhm.
or rupees, and that's it. Pretty rarely, although the last dungeon I did, there was an after boss room that had chests that had something different.
Yeah, I agree. And again, it's something that these games have been teaching us for a long time. Is like, well, if a chest is there, especially in a dungeon, it's important.
Yeah.
And yeah, there's been a few times where I've sort of, not that I've disliked it. I mean, I think the dungeons are my favorite part of the game.
Yeah.
Which they should be, I guess, in a Zelda game. But I've really enjoyed all of them so far. But yeah,
Yeah,
it
me
is
too.
kind of weird to say, oh, there's a chest over there on the map, so I should make sure I go over to that room and find out what's going on, and then get there. It's like, you got 20 rupees.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I guess that's good.
Well, apparently you can change into outfits, and I've been using my amiibo on this game. You can unlock 3 things per day with amiibo, and yeah, I actually don't know if I've got any costumes, but I've seen other people on social media get costumes that you can change into. So,
Well, you need all those rupees to make smoothies. You got to do your
Oh my
smoothie
God,
only 10
experimentation.
rupees.
I am over that.
Ah,
I'm not over it. I just make very basic smoothies. But the thing is, I end up making things that give you like 15 hearts when I only have like 8 now.
Yeah. I don't use many of them because of that, and I just haven't been in a situation where I've really felt like I needed it. Like it was kind of how I felt with the recipes in Breath of the Wild.
no.
I never
I also feel that
really
way about that.
used them. In the second one, I enjoyed that a lot. I found that I used a lot of the different recipes to especially to navigate, extreme areas and stuff like that. But the smoothies in Echoes of Wisdom feel a lot like the recipes in Breath of the Wild for me.
Yeah.
In that I've got a bunch of them and I don't use them.
Yeah.
Especially because again, it feels like in the game, even in the dungeons, a lot of the areas are really bereft of enemies.
Yeah.
So it's really easy to just spawn a bed.
Yeah.
Take a rest.
That
Well,
is
actually,
true.
I actually have a screenshot because I was fighting Jabu Jabu tonight, and so it's an enemy, and it's basically it's like a mid boss fight, and he's a big fish, and he'll blow out a bunch of debris in this watery area, and then he'll just circle for a while, and then he'll suck everything back in, and you have to spawn a bomb fish, so he sucks in the bomb, and it's the Dongo dislikes smoke and all that stuff.
Wow, I didn't use the bomb fish.
Really?
What did you?
No.
How did you fight him?
I had just water enemies.
Oh,
So you just whittled away his health?
Yep.
you were just like
didn't
what,
do-
dropping sharks at him or something?
my
Dropping
God,
sharks
that
at
must
him.
have
I did
taken an
not.
hour.
I did not do the bombs.
Oh my gosh! Yeah, you're supposed to use the bomb.
Doing the bomb, like the bomb blows up in his mouth, and then he's stunned. And then you switch to Link, and I think I had to do that 3 times.
I think
that
it's
was
only
the fight.
2.
That was the fight. Well, the first time I didn't switch to Link Fest. I was too far away.
Okay.
But anyway, my point was that I had screwed up at one point in that battle, and I was pretty low on hearts. And for some reason, because the game's trained me for this, rather than healing myself, there was a bed that he had spewed out.
Yeah.
That was not in the path. All the enemies were dead, and it wasn't in his path. So I just jumped in the bed and slept.
Took a nap in
while
the
it
middle
was
of a boss
circling.
fight.
While he was
That's
circling,
amazing.
I just slept and got all my health back. I took a picture of it. I was pretty proud of it. But
That's great.
yeah, it's good. It's definitely not near the top of my list as far as Zelda games go.
Right.
I would say
No.
it's
I
an
don't know that
interesting
it's trying-
experiment that I don't know is so far. I don't feel like it's wholly successful, but
Yeah. What do you think of the Stamper Alley?
I mean, I found some stamps.
Yeah.
It reminds
Are you supposed
me
to feel
that
a way about that.
I
It just
enjoy the
seems like
Stamper Alley. It's fun.
the art reminds me of oh my God, what's I can't think of the name of the series. It's a shooter series.
Choaniki?
Choaniki. The art reminds me so much of Choaniki.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
Anyway.
don't know.
goodness.
It's fun. Stamp Rally's fun. Whenever I see one of those tables, I immediately
Oh yeah.
go to it. Yes,
Yeah.
drawn to it. But yeah, I'm enjoying it. Obviously, there are performance issues. The frame rate dips
God,
so much. It's so distracting.
so
The,
much.
the thing about it that I hate too is you go into a dungeon and suddenly it's 60 frames a second. You're like, wow, this looks so great, and it performs so well. And then some enemies appear on the screen and it drops, and you're like, oh, right,
Yeah.
yeah,
No, it's rough.
it's a little
sure.
rough.
I don't understand people saying that they don't think that it has performance issues. I mean,
It does.
I feel like, I feel like I'm very forgiving of performance issues most of the time, but
Me too.
this is pretty bad.
Yeah, I didn't really notice it that much in Link's Awakening, and I notice it a lot in this. So
Yeah.
doesn't mean this isn't a good game. It's just I wish it performed better. So yeah, I think the next main area that you guys are going to get to, well, you, Greg, anyway. I
Wow.
think you'll like.
My goodness.
I think you'll like it.
Suck it, Theobald.
Have you gotten?
For the guy who finished Astrobot last out of all of us, you got a real
some big words there.
real mouth on you there, kiddo.
I know.
How's Plucky Squire coming along, by the way?
Oh, I'm getting to the end of it.
Oh, is that right?
No.
Yeah, exactly.
The ranch. So have you been to the ranch? Did you do the ranch stuff?
Yep.
Yeah.
Got my horse.
Got my horse. Yeah.
I didn't do a
I
horse.
haven't really used the horse that much.
I have not seen a horse yet.
Yeah.
And you can't call the horse.
Well, apparently later on you can.
Okay. Right now I can't. So when I got, I was making my way to the ranch when I was on my way to Gerudo Desert. And then I was like, I'm going to go to the desert first.
Yeah.
And then before I went to the water area, I was like, well, I'm going to go find the ranch. Cause I was just kind of exploring and I was like, I'm close to the ranch now. And I did that whole thing. And a lot of those side quests are so short.
They're very short, yeah.
So it's like I headed west to find this lost horse, and it was like one screen over. It's like, oh, there's the lost horse. The challenge was figuring out how to get it out of that area, obviously.
Right.
But, but I mean, again, the bed is the most versatile item you can summon in the game. And all I did was just build some stairs with the bed, and the horse just ran up them. So
yeah. I like the soundtrack. It's good.
I love the soundtrack.
It's pretty good.
Yeah. I was saying that to my daughter when I was playing it the other day. It's just I enjoy all the music in this game a lot.
Yeah, it's pretty great. Yeah, I think you'll like the next area.
I've been liking a lot of it.
Yeah.
I just wish it was a little bit more streamlined. The interface.
Yeah, and that's totally fair. Yeah.
Goddamn right, it's fair.
All right, what are we going to talk about next?
I don't know. I don't have anything else.
Is that it? All right, I guess that's it.
Is that it?
I mean, we have been going for an hour.
I'm going to be playing more of this game, and
I'm probably going to finish it.
I'm definitely going to finish it.
Yeah, but I want to try to finish it before Luigi comes out, and I'd really like to go back and finish Paper Mario. And I
finished Paper Mario.
I haven't done the chapters for Alan Wake 2 yet either. And it's October.
Isn't there some new stuff coming out for Alan Wake?
Yeah, there are, but I think there's already been a release or two that I haven't done.
Yeah. All right. I guess that means it's time for tweets.
Tweedly diddly dee. A tweedly diddly dee. A tweet. A tweet.
All right. Let's do this one from Hacker Alias Mudron.
I know him.
Who says, hot take corner. I didn't care much for Echoes of Wisdom in the long run, but what's everyone else's least favorite mainline Zelda games?
Ooh.
And we're not saying the CDI games?
No.
Mainline.
Mainline.
He said.
Oh, mainline, he said, right. Now I need to go look up all the names of the mainline Zelda games.
Probably Phantom Hourglass.
Yeah.
I didn't really like Phantom Hourglass.
Phantom Hourglass.
I didn't finish Phantom Hourglass. I didn't feel like I liked it very much, but I'll tell you what, the train version, the sequel,
Spirit Tracks.
Spirit Tracks, I loved that game.
Yeah, I liked Spirit Tracks.
Like I couldn't put that one down.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys know this, but there's been a lot of Zelda games.
There have been.
Oh, absolutely.
Gosh. Maybe Triforce Heroes, does that count?
Oh,
Triforce Heroes.
It's a 3DS game, multiplayer, where you're 3
Nah.
players.
I never actually played that one.
Yeah. Wasn't great.
Yeah.
And I mean, is that a mainline Zelda game?
It's on. I'm looking at ZeldaDungeon.net, Legend of Zelda series, main series. Yeah,
Hmm.
it's showing me that. So
Yeah,
yes.
I mean, I'd say yeah, you're probably right. Phantom Hourglass. I wasn't interested in finishing that. I'm surprised neither of you said Skyward Sword.
No, I liked Skyward Sword.
Me too, a lot.
I wasn't into Skyward Sword, but
Yeah.
I was definitely not into Phantom Hourglass.
Yeah. If not Triforce Heroes, I might say Phantom Hourglass. Yeah. Anyway,
And there we go.
there we go with that. What am I doing?
I don't know.
Ending that
None of us
screen
know.
share. None of us know. All right, let's do this one from Hacker Alias 2D Kicks, who says, "How fast would Greg and Phil buy this Lego Outrun set if it
Oh, I
comes
saw
to
that.
fruition?"
What?
Let me show it on.
It's someone submitted this to the ideas. I would buy that in a heartbeat, of course.
I have already pre-ordered it and it doesn't even exist yet.
Are there? Can you see the other angles of that, CJ?
So it's for anyone
There it
who's
is.
not watching, it's like a 3D diorama
Of the starting line.
opening. Yeah, the starting line. That's beautiful.
Do you see? You look how the horizon is built
Yeah.
on kind of a curve to give that
Yeah.
sort of a 3D
Superscalar,
super
3D
scalar
effect.
perspective.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah,
There
it's
was
beautiful
years
looking.
ago. There was a Lego Ideas one out there where it was the machine, the Outrun.
I remember
the
that,
sit-down
yes.
Outrun machine that sadly never got made. But
Right.
yep, I wouldn't even have to think about it.
Nope.
I'm currently really would love to order the 60s Batmobile.
Oh yeah.
Very excited about that. And
Yep.
the Mario and Yoshi set came out.
Yep.
I don't have the money for either of those right now, so I'm waiting. But even though I don't have the money for either of those right now, if they were to put that Outrun one on sale tomorrow, I would buy it.
You would find the money.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
so much for my daughter's college career.
I got to get that Mario Yoshi, which I will absolutely be getting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At the moment, I'm in the process of building the new Minecraft crafting table set, which
Nice.
the backside it's the crafting table from Minecraft, but then on two sides of it is the crafting table, and then it is open, revealing a little micro Minecraft environment that is actually.
They like to do that a lot now.
Oh yeah, and you can separate these, and they're their own little mini environments inside.
That's fun.
So yeah, it's super rad.
That 60s Batmobile set looks so good.
Yes, it does.
And I'm Burton Batmobile all the way. That's my favorite one. But really, any Batmobile is great. And
Yes.
before the '89 movie, I mean, I still do. I just love the look of that 60s Batmobile.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so ridiculous.
I think I mentioned my daughter loves all things Batman. Is going to be Batman for Halloween.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be Robin. That'll be fun.
Yeah, that's awesome. I love that. Got to make sure you send pictures of that.
Of course. And so we started watching the 60s show because
Does
Okay.
she like it?
So here's the thing. She claims that she hates it and claims that it's cringe.
We
but
all
she
claimed that.
cannot stop watching.
Yeah.
So there you go.
She likes it, but like claims it's terrible, but
It is
wants to
terrible.
watch more.
That's
There's
fantastic.
there's nothing wrong with that.
No, there's nothing wrong with that at all. But
Good.
yeah, she's having a blast with that.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
No,
we
I just remember-
we started watching the Superman movie.
Oh,
The 1970
1978,
That was a great
Yeah.
movie,
which she also thinks is cringe
and she loves.
What?
as well, but she's really liking it. Yeah.
See, this is a great road you can go down because then you can get her to, what was it, Superman 3 that had Richard
Ooh.
Pryor in it?
Yes.
Yeah.
That could be her introduction to Richard Pryor, and then you can show her a bunch of his stand-up.
No.
Right?
No. That's
She'll-
not a good idea.
She'll be too traumatized from that woman getting turned into a robot. Oh,
Yeah.
that was a genuine nightmare fuel as a kid.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That part scared the hell out of me.
Yep. And
We're
for
all-
it's funny because for as bad as Superman 3 absolutely is, it's not a
Right.
good movie.
No.
I've seen Superman 3 so many times.
I've only seen it once in the theater.
Oh
and that
my
was
God.
it.
Yeah, that was
So
actually
many
that was the
times.
first Superman movie I saw in the theater.
That might have been
Wow.
mine too.
Yeah.
We are
Actually, now
also
that I think about it,
watching-
it was the only one of the because I obviously never saw 4 in the theater.
Hmm.
Because 4 was very bad.
I think I might have
ever
seen
saw
4
that.
in the theater.
I never
Oh,
saw
really?
Quest for Peace.
Ooh, that's a bad movie.
It is.
My daughter, she's been into the Batman the animated series, and we've been watching that, and she wanted to watch the Superman animated series as well, so we started on that.
Never seen that.
It's good.
It's actually very good.
Yeah, I've
It
heard
is-
that.
Yeah. People are so dedicated to Batman the animated series that they
Yeah,
almost kind of poo-poo the Superman one.
but it's very good. Yeah,
It's real good.
yeah.
Now, are you going to go like full into this and then go into like the Justice League cartoon afterwards?
I don't know. I watched the Superman animated series back in the day,
Yeah.
and then Batman Beyond,
Yeah.
and
Also
I never
great.
went into the Justice League show or any of those. So
Justice League and Justice League Unlimited, which is the follow-up,
yeah,
both fantastic.
okay.
Both are very, very good. So
Got some things to watch.
is she going to, are you going to show her Beyond?
I think so. Yeah, I think she'd really
Yep.
like it.
Batman Beyond is great.
Yeah. She's a huge fan of Kevin Conroy now. And she
Good for her.
discovered that
Good.
Kevin Conroy passed away on her birthday and was
Aw.
very
Oh,
weirded
really?
out by that.
Oh,
Yeah.
my goodness.
So yeah.
I mean,
But she loves Kevin Conroy and loves Michael Keaton as Batman.
good.
So yeah. Yeah.
It's
Good
like
stuff.
like the two best Batmen.
It is.
So-
Yeah, I'm almost like there are other Batman and Superman movies on like HBO Max, and I'm hesitant to like even like go down some of those roads with those because I don't know how good like Affleck Batman is.
Oh, have you not seen any of those?
No, I've not seen.
Oh, they're all
any.
terrible.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
I'm sure
Like
that
Man
they
of Steel
are.
is terrible. Batman v Superman, even worse.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
No, yeah. Avoid
It's a
Avoid the
shame.
bad stuff.
avoid all that the Snyderverse stuff.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna try to do that, but
Although the James
Yeah.
Gunn Suicide Squad movie is good.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder.
I don't know if it's
she'd
age
probably like that.
appropriate.
She really loves Harley Quinn, so
Okay.
yeah, big fan of Harley because of the new animated series that's on Amazon Prime.
Oh, is she? Wait. Oh, is she watching?
She's watched that. We've watched that together.
Okay.
We watched the new series and then went
Okay.
back to the animated series. Yeah. So
Like yeah, the new Harley Quinn cartoon with like Clayface. and-
no, not that
Oh,
one. No,
I was gonna say because that one's
'Cause that's on Max. That's on HBO Max.
yeah, that one's a little you know
Yeah.
adult aimed.
I did hear that, so we haven't
Yeah.
watched that.
It's good.
Yeah.
It's good. It's a lot of fun, but it's definitely
Yeah.
made for an adult audience.
Well, she might be okay with that.
So wait, what is
Yeah.
and actually that that Harley Quinn cartoon has Bane in it, and he's doing the stupid
He's doing
voice
the
and
voice.
everything.
Oh man,
It's
okay.
fantastic.
Yeah.
So what Harley Quinn cartoon is she watching?
No,
The
she
one with-
liked Harley Quinn in Caped Crusader.
Oh, okay. I
the
see.
New cartoon.
I see.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's all I'm saying.
And that's the one that's like kind of like 1920s, right?
It is, yeah.
Yeah. Or it's like 40s, or it's kind of old.
But she really
old-timey.
she likes the old timey look
Oh,
of
good.
it, which is
Good,
also
good.
very strange because anytime we watch anything in black and white, she's like over it.
Right.
Don't want to see it. So yeah. Anyway,
You guys ever listen to that? I think it's called Batman Unburied.
no.
I don't know what that is.
It's a radio drama. It's a Batman radio drama in podcast form.
Oh,
It's pretty interesting.
Yeah.
it's like an official like DC production.
Yeah.
Oh,
Is it on
Yeah.
Audible or something?
It's on Spotify.
Oh, Spotify. Okay.
Yeah,
Oh.
it was written by David S. Goyer.
Okay.
But like it's got there's some big names in the cast. But yeah, it's all done as like as an old radio
play?
drama.
That's cool.
I was listening to it. I haven't finished
Oh,
it, but I've
geez.
listened to a bunch of episodes.
Huh.
It's quite good what I've listened to.
Winston Duke is Batman in that.
Yep.
Oh, wow.
Yep. And I mean,
That would
like,
be good.
Jason Isaacs is in it.
Oh my gosh, Lance Reddick's in it?
Yeah.
Oh.
John Rhys Davies, Ashley Birch.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Hmm.
No,
Huh.
it's I really enjoy it.
Okay.
Cool. Might have to check that out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh.
Well, I think that's a good place to stop, to end. What do you think? I like it.
Okay.
Sure.
Yeah. Alrighty, and that is our show for this week. Thank you very much for listening. If you have a question for us or would like to comment on something you heard, you can direct that to @P1Podcast on various social networks, definitely X, Threads, and Blue Sky. Or you can go to our internet website at player1podcast.com. There you will find blog entries about Sega CD stuff from Mr. Greg Seward. You'll find our contact information. You'll find Generation 16 episodes, and you'll find show notes and links to all the things we talked about, alongside a link to our Discord server. We can discuss this episode with us and our other listeners.
If you would like to subscribe to the Player One Podcast, you can do so by visiting player1podcast.com or by loading up your favorite podcast listening app. We're also on Spotify. You can like us on Facebook. You can watch video archives of our show on the youtubes.com/P1Podcast, or you can watch us live most weeks on the YouTubes, the Facebooks, the Twitch.televisions, all over the dang place. Just follow one of our many social media accounts to find out when we are doing our next live show. Typically, it is 5:30 specific time on Sunday evenings. So join us, won't you? And if you like what you've heard, and how could you, head over to patreon.com/P1Podcast. Throw a few shekels our way. University ain't free, folks, as Greg's about to find out.
Mm-hmm.
And your Patreon dollars will go nowhere towards that.
Mm-mm.
But what it will go towards is keeping our show running, keeping the streams streaming, and the literal lights on. Your Patreon dollars bought me this tiny little light that's perched right above my monitors, just
So we can see Phil.
so you can see my handsome face
Yeah.
while I live stream this out to the world. But I'll tell you what, friendos, if you are a Patreon supporter of the $5 tier,
Cheap.
you gain special access to a weekly bonus episode we recorded right after this, where we play games, crack wise, having fun, doing all that stuff we can't do on the regular show. CJ Johnston.
Yep.
Do we have a game for this week?
Phil?
Yes,
Yes, we do.
we do.
We do.
Is it
That's lucky.
We do.
how did that happen?
It's an EGM review game, of course.
Oh, from what issue?
October
Ooh, spooktacular.
1999.
1999, 1099.
Yeah.
The month after last week's quiz.
That's the one.
So all I have to do is remember all the games we talked about last week. Itself a big ask.
That's right. Good luck.
And then think back to what games came out slightly after those.
Yeah.
I think I've got this one in the bag.
I don't think you do.
Well, TBD, friend. TBD.
Okay.
And I'll tell you what, if you have a couple bucks left over, head over to patreon.com/Greg Sewart to help support Greg's outstanding, and it is outstanding, web series about North America's favorite runner-up, the Sega Genesis.
Thank you, Phil. And if you're a supporter of the $5 variety.
That's cheap.
I love that Satan only shows up for my Patreon plug now. It's
I'm going to tell you a
great.
secret, Greg. This is between you and me. I have used my magical devil powers to make it so that CJ and Phil cannot hear this. Only
Oh,
you.
That must be why they have stupid looks on their faces every time you're.
Exactly. The dope.
You're like Try in the new Zelda game.
Thank you. You can't see me unless you've been to hell yourself. And Greg,
Wow.
you and I are the best of buds.
I just saw the bill for my daughter's first year of university. I've definitely been to hell.
That'll do it.
Yeah.
That'll do it. Greg, you're my favorite, is my point.
Oh, thanks.
You're
You get
welcome.
access to the Weekly Commute, which is a weekly vlog series that I do talking about all the projects I'm working on, along with anything else that's on my mind, including what I really think about CJ and Phil, although you might have just heard that now.
What?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Exactly. You also get early access to all my videos. If you were an early access subscriber, you would already be able to watch my interview with Samuel J. Kennedy Esquire, Sam Kennedy.
Sam Kennedy, I know him.
Yeah, who I started Gaming Age with, along with a crew of other people. We sat down and chatted about running Gaming Age, grading Gaming Age, where it led us. And it was fun because I haven't had a chance to sit down and really chat with Sam in a long time. So that is available to all you early access patrons. Please consider becoming one of those, because those Patreon dollars probably will go to pay for my children's education, among other things. So that would be real helpful.
There you go. What a deal.
That's
CJ?
right.
Yeah.
Is that it? That's it, right?
That's it. Yeah.
Well, thank you, CJ.
Well, thank you, Phil.
Absolutely. And Gregory,
Yo.
thank you very much as well.
Thank you, Philippe.
Duh, of course. And as always, a big old thank you to you, our wonderful, wonderful listeners, every single darned one of you. As always, please remember to take care of yourself, your loved ones, your family, your friends. Be kind to each other. Be kind to yourself, most of all, friends.
Yeah.
And we hope to see you the next week.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.